It began on a cold, mist-drenched morning, October 17th, 2015, in the heart of Vienna, Austria. The city had just started waking up. Trams clattered along old cobblestone streets, cafes filled with the scent of espresso and fresh bread, and the fog hung low over the skyline like a thin curtain of secrecy. Beneath the city, deep under reinforced concrete and layers of biometric security, one of the world's most exclusive and secretive art vaults, the Belvedere Private Collection Facility, was already in chaos. Vault 3B, codenamed Crimson, was open. That sentence alone sent chills through the European art world. The vault was supposed to be impenetrable. 38 security checkpoints, retinal and fingerprint scans, AI-monitored pressure sensors. Vault 3B was more protected than some nuclear bunkers. And yet, the guards found the reinforced titanium door slightly ajar. Not blasted open, not jammed, just unlocked. Inside that chamber were 23 pieces of irreplaceable art, not just expensive, mythical, pieces believed to have been lost in the firebombing of Dresden, the Nazi looting of Paris, and the chaos of Soviet collapse. Among the missing works were The Ashes of Vienna by Gustav Klimt, thought destroyed in 1943, Solstice by Émilie Dubois, a surrealist masterpiece never shown publicly, two lost sculptures by Camille Claudel, and a self-portrait believed to be the final work of Egon Schiele. These weren't just artistic marvels, they were ghosts of history, priceless, irreplaceable, and now vanished. There were no signs of forced entry, no broken locks, no alarms, no footprints. The security footage for that wing had mysteriously gone black at 2:12 a.m., exactly 15 minutes before the vault was discovered open during a routine sweep. A cyber forensics team later confirmed the cameras hadn't malfunctioned. They had been expertly overridden. Remotely, only 12 people on Earth knew the access codes and floor plan for Vault 3B. 6 of them were arrested within 48 hours. None cracked under questioning. 2 of them fled. 1 of them died in a car crash just 3 days after the heist. The cause? Brake failure, according to the report. Interpol moved fast. This wasn't just theft. This was a level red cultural catastrophe. The director of Europol, a seasoned investigator named Clara Weiss, assembled a cross-border task force led by Inspector Claude Moreau, a Belgian legend who once retrieved $400 million in stolen diamonds from a corrupt prince in the Gulf. The first real lead came from something seemingly benign, a paper delivery slip found in the janitor's closet, signed by someone named Mr. Red. It was dated October 15, 2 days before the heist. No one by that name had ever worked at Belvedere, and the signature had a flourish, a long looping R. When examined by handwriting experts, it matched only one person in their database, Ava Drexler. The name was like a lightning bolt through the case. Ava was once the Louvre's youngest senior curator, hailed as a genius of art history and provenance. But in 2013, she disappeared after being accused of orchestrating a massive forged Modigliani exhibition that fooled some of the world's most prestigious institutions. She had not been seen or heard from in over 2 years. She was a ghost, a myth. But now, her signature had resurfaced at the scene of the biggest art heist in modern history. Moreau dug into her history and discovered chilling details. Ava had grown up in Prague, studied art law in Florence, and had written her doctoral thesis on the psychological vulnerabilities of high-security art storage. She knew the vaults, she knew the systems, and most importantly, she understood the ideology behind hiding beauty away from the world in darkness. 10 days after the heist, a message appeared on a hidden Tor server, an encrypted art form used by collectors and black market dealers. The message read, "We are fine. A user named Crimson Hand posted pixelated fragments of the stolen Klimt painting. The images were cropped, distorted, and watermarked, but they were real. With them came a message. You buried beauty beneath concrete. We gave it air. Interpol traced the IP address to an abandoned station beneath the Budapest metro. When agents raided the location, they found nothing but an old film projector, continuously looping the word liberation in 12 languages on a dusty wall. And when days later, rumors swirled. A collector in Dubai claimed he was offered 4 of the stolen pieces for $200 million, with one condition: no questions, no trace. He declined. The seller vanished. That same night, a massive power outage struck Vienna. Coincidence or a distraction? Then came the first physical clue. On November 28, 2015, the Museum of Modern Art in New York received a small brown package. Inside was a charred corner of Dubois' solstice. Along with it, a handwritten letter. Not all things are meant to hang in silence. Art is rebellion. You turned it into currency. We unframed it. Signed, the Crimson Circle. Now there was a name, a group, a motive. Interpol was no longer chasing thieves. They were chasing ideologues, art terrorists, rebels with pallets instead of bombs. Moreau issued an international warrant for Eva Drexler under charges of cultural sabotage, but she was nowhere. Facial recognition scanned 14 countries, nothing. Then, in March 2016, a strange event took place at an underground auction in Kyoto. A collector noticed something odd during a bid on a generic 19th century still life. Under infrared light, hidden beneath a layer of white paint, were fragments of Klimt's signature gold leaf patterning. The painting was a disguise. When authorities raided the gallery, they found a hidden basement chamber, dozens of crates, false walls, and one sealed box marked with a wax insignia, a crimson circle. Inside, the ashes of Vienna, preserved, glorious, unharmed, but no Eva, no Crimson Circle. Just one note, taped to the back of the frame, one returned, 22 to go. That was the last confirmed sighting of any stolen piece from the Crimson Vault. To this day, the remaining works are missing. Some say they hang in secret bunkers in Monaco. Others believe they were smuggled to South America or buried beneath luxury estates in the Alps. A few even whisper of a hidden underground museum in Iceland, where only billionaires and radicals walk the halls. And Eva? She was spotted once, April 9, 2019, at a cafe in Marrakesh. A woman in a red scarf, sunglasses, and leather gloves, paid in cash, looked directly at a surveillance camera and smiled. She vanished minutes later. Interpol has since issued 19 red notices. Not one arrest has ever been made. The Crimson Vault Heist remains the greatest unsolved art crime of our time, not for its violence or its value, but for its purpose. It wasn't just about stealing art, it was about stealing it back. One last encrypted message, found on the dark web and traced to a server in Greenland, ended with a line that still haunts Interpol agents. When you bury meaning in vaults, don't be surprised when the world digs it up. If this story stunned you, if it made you question what ownership truly means, and if it made you wonder just how much of the world's beauty is kept in silence, subscribe now for more unsolved crimes, forbidden truths, and stories the powerful want forgotten. Because sometimes the biggest crimes are the ones no one is allowed to see.